Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a weekly program that highlights some of the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am your presenter, Carissa Franks Benjamin. Coming up, Ministry of Education acts swiftly and decisively to safeguard health and well-being of students and faculty of the Keon High School. Deputy Prime Minister Richards previews 36 independence celebrations. 4 nationals receive scholarships to pursue studies in health field in the Republic of Cuba. The health and well-being of the staff and students at the Keon High School are of the utmost priority of the Government of National Unity. The Ministry of Education has thus worked swiftly and decisively to address a mold problem that was recently reported by the school, says Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean Richards. The Deputy Prime Minister made these remarks at a sitting of Parliament on Tuesday, September 3rd. He noted that there was a presence of mold in the school's science labs. The Ministry of Education received a written report from the Keon High School indicating that it was evident that mold was present at the school's science lab. He stated that the Ministry of Education immediately engaged the Bureau of Standards to conduct testing in the science labs and other areas of the school.
The test carried out by the Bureau of Standards confirmed that mold was present in the science labs. As a matter of fact, the report, Mr. Speaker, is stated that only the 2 labs, that is a biology lab and a chemistry lab, Mr. Speaker, had an amount of mold that was in excess of what would be considered to be acceptable.
Deputy Prime Minister Richards said that the report also confirmed that the levels of mold found were not significantly high. The science labs were cleaned, cupboards removed, and subsequently retesting has taken place. As part of the progress towards deeper international relations, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has amended the Limited Partnerships Amendment Bill 2019 in accordance with the Global Forum on Transparency and Exchange of Information for Tax Purposes. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, in addressing Parliament on Tuesday, September 3rd, said that we in St. Kitts and Nevis have committed that we will do all that we can to ensure that our federation is not blacklisted. Prime Minister Harris went on to say that these are the things: amending local legislations in accordance with international laws, that the global and international community has determined it is required of them to have some confidence in the Federation. In the regular assessments of the Federation, international regulatory organizations determined that St. Kitts and Nevis is a very responsible member of the community and have assessed the Federation to be largely compliant with the obligations outlined, the Prime Minister said.
We want to continue that legacy now which we are creating about responsible membership in an international community. We see how that can bring dividends, because the success to which the Foreign Minister spoke about that we have had now in having the Canadian government be more responsive to the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis has only come because they see us as being responsible.
Prime Minister Harris ended by saying that the reputation of the Federation has been enhanced to the point where the Canadian government has come to St. Kitts and Nevis to eliminate the cost of travel of about 250 visa applicants for interviews and biometrics, showing that the Federation has made remarkable progress. Ahead of his departure from the Twin Island Federation, members of the St. Kitts and Nevis cabinet, led by Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, met with former Commissioner of Police Mr. Ian Quealy to personally thank him for his 35-plus years of service to the country in law enforcement, as well as to congratulate him as he prepares to take up his new position as the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States (OECS) ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco. It was Prime Minister Harris who proposed Mr. Quealy to the OECS authority as a fit and capable candidate for appointment to the post of ambassador after the OECS authority had decided to extend formal collective diplomatic relations to the African continent with the opening of embassies in Rabat, Addis Ababa. Mr. Quealy's candidacy was subsequently accepted by the OECS authority. During the farewell visit at the office of the Prime Minister on Tuesday, September 4th, Prime Minister Harris presented Ambassador Quealy with a token of appreciation for his service and commended him on his rare opportunity to not only serve his home country of St. Kitts and Nevis, but the wider OECS sub-region.
On my own behalf, as Minister of National Security and Prime Minister, we want to congratulate His Excellency Mr. Ian Quealy. I'm particularly pleased by this career change because I recall that in one of the many conversations I'd had with then Commissioner Quealy, he had expressed an interest in international relations. And so, in this regard, one area in which he had given some contemplation for further active service has come true.
Words of commendation and best wishes were also shared by Honorable Ian Patches Liburd, the Honorable Vincent Byron, and Honorable Wendy Phipps, Cabinet Secretary Mrs. Josephine Huggins, and Permanent Secretary Mr. Osmond Petty and Mr. Andrew Skerritt. Residents of St. Kitts and Nevis were given a preview of several activities planned for the month of September as the nation gears up for its 36th independence anniversary celebrations. In his address at the sitting of National Assembly on Tuesday, September 3rd, Deputy Prime Minister and Chairperson of the 2019 Independence Committee, the Honorable Sean Richards, noted that several activities have been planned to commemorate the 36th anniversary of independence.
The calendar of events reflect quite a number of activities, some which are planned by the government itself and others by quite a number of other organizations. I will not go into all of the activities which we have on the calendar, but I will speak to some of the more important ones. Let me say some of the more traditional ones, which we normally would see each year, and of course some of the others. The first item is a beautification project, and that would have been planned by the Newtown Community Festival. This coming Friday we have the Independence Fiesta, and that takes place at 7 p.m. at the Circus. On September 8th, Sunday, September 8th, traditionally you have the sanitation workers service, which takes place at the Apostolic Faith Church on St. Johnson Avenue. That will take place this coming Sunday. There's also a 10 miles road relay, and that convenes in Tabernacle and climaxes at Warner Park. It is 3 p.m. this coming Sunday. In Nevis, there's a Thanksgiving service in recognition of national heroes of Nevis and members of the congregation, and I suppose the congregation of the Common Methodist Church, where that particular service is being held.
A major event scheduled for this year's celebration is the Prime Minister's Independence Lecture Series, slated for September 12 at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank headquarters in Bastille. Other major scheduled events are the National Heroes Day observance on September 16 at the National Heroes Park, Independence Day Parade at Warner Park, followed shortly by a toast to the nation at Camp Springfield, Nevis's Independence Ceremonial Parade, an awards ceremony, and a toast to the nation on September 19, Independence Day. Nationals interested in advancing a career in the health sector are one step closer, having attained scholarships to undertake advanced studies in Cuba. Scholarships were awarded by the government of the Republic of Cuba during an official presentation ceremony on Friday, August 31st at the Embassy of the Republic of Cuba in Bastille. Rashomba Gilbert, Yaruska Irish were awarded scholarships to pursue careers in medicine, while Dr. Glenaika O'Flaherty Kelly was awarded a scholarship to pursue a specialization in internal medicine. Also, Travis Warner was awarded a scholarship to pursue a degree in health technology. Cuban Ambassador His Excellency Alberto Fabio Hernandez Ferreira noted that the Cuban government places great emphasis on the development of its relationship with Caribbean countries, as well as other countries and continents. He said that his government was delighted to once more offer students from St. Kitts and Nevis the opportunity to further their studies.
Al mismo tiempo, aparte de que nosotros recibimos a los ciudadanos de San Kitts y Nevis para que se preparen en Cuba en la esfera de la medicina, también mandamos para San Kitts y Nevis determinados médicos de distintas especialidades que al mismo tiempo que enseñan, aprenden de una cultura extranjera para nuestro país.
Not only do we train physicians and individuals in our country, but Cuba also sends persons from Cuba to work in these islands, to help in these islands, and who at the same time would learn about the culture of these islands.
Dr. Tricia Esdale, Senior Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Education, delivered remarks on behalf of the Minister of Education.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education, I wish to extend my gratitude to Ambassador Hernandez and the Republic of Cuba for the continued bilateral collaboration with St. Kitts and with the Ministry of Education. Our citizens have benefited from opportunities for further collaboration and for cultural exchange. This is in keeping with the mission of the Ministry of Education, which espouses the belief that there is a need for governments to provide quality lifelong education for all citizens. And the bilateral collaboration between our two countries is an opportunity, a continued opportunity for that provision of quality lifelong education.
Dr. Esdale wished the recipients all the best in their future endeavors, noting that they have a unique opportunity to not only further your education, but to immerse yourself in different and unique culture. That's it for this week's edition of SKNIS Week in Review. See you next week.